I'm now on the 15th hole. It's a beautiful par 3. I've had a good round of golf so far, and I've had a really easy swing thought that's worked well for me. Simply put, it's set and turn. So what does that mean? Set is referring to my wrists, that I'm trying to get the feeling of getting my wrists hinged early in the first half of the swing, and turn is the rotation of my body. I want to make sure that once the club is set, my body is completing its turn on the backswing, and the nice feeling is it's set, turn, and I've even added turn going through, so I have that feeling of it. Swing keys are really critical to being able to play golf well. You don't want to just be full of mechanical thoughts of take the club back slowly, hinge your wrists, turn your left shoulder, swing your arms down, release the club head at the ball. That's all too much. What you've got to do is find a word that encompasses everything for you. And I'm going to tell you a little bit why set and turn works for me, and maybe why it could help you too. On the other side of the spectrum would be to have no swing thoughts. I think that's fine if you're playing really well and you're just seeing the target and you're in your moment. We're trying to play well. We're trying to get the ball around the golf course the best we can, and swing keys is a really good way of being able to manage your swing, manage your game, and give you some consistency, so when you come back the next day you can relate to that swing key, and you might have to put that one in the bin for the short term and try another one. So on the technical side of set, what I'm really referring to is the movement of the club head as it relates to the hand. I'm trying to get the club hinged here, and I'm being quite aware of the face position. If I do it correctly, the face will gradually rotate where the toe of the club starts to work itself up here. If I don't set, the face points down more. I have more what I would call a one-piece move away here, and what happens is that now I have to let the weight of the club do the setting for my wrist, which will happen more at the top of the swing. And I'd much rather control the club head in the first half of the swing than let the weight of it happen for me in the second half. So set is key for me. I feel it in my left hand. I feel the left wrist starting to just turn and rotate. It's almost as if I'm just doing the hitchhiker movement with my thumb there. So I'm just working the thumb up. At the same time as I set the club in my left hand, my right arm and wrist are starting to fold. You can see how that right elbow is folding here at that point. So setting the club is definitely a key in the first half of the swing. You can see the club head gets up off the ground. I'm not dragging it low here. I'm nice and stable in my legs, but I've set the club. My left arm hasn't even reached parallel to the ground, and the club is pretty well fully set here. So that's a good indication. By the time my left arm is parallel to the ground, there it is, maximum wrist hinge. From this view, we can just see that as I've set the club, it's right through the middle of my right arm here. If I set it too flat, the butt of the club's pointing out beyond the ball. If I set it down too steeply, it's pointing down somewhere by my toes. So just getting the club in balance and set is key. And it takes time to get the club set, so you just want to make sure it happens early. See, look, my hands are barely moving in relation to the club head. The big circle, which is the club head, is getting a good bit of movement in it. The hands are not really moving that much. So that's my set. Now as far as turn, what I'm doing is I'm just getting my left shoulder, just keeping it underneath as I wind back. I'm just feeling that my shoulders are continuing their rotation because they've moved a little bit in the first half, and I'm just letting the shoulders rotate. I'm staying very stable here as I'm doing it, and my back is now turned to the target. Once I'm there, I've got a very wound, loaded position, and for me, it's all about getting the backswing right. If I can get the club in the right way off the ball, get the club in the right position at the top of the swing, then you know what? I just unwind and let it go. So let's give it a try here. There's a little bit of a breeze picked up on this par 3. I selected a 7-iron. I'm going to set and turn and see if I can use that swing key, and that's all I'm going to go for in this shot. In my waggle there, I'm just feeling that little bit of set that I want to have. Turn. I've stayed nicely in balance. I've hit a good shot, pin high just to the left of the flag. So that was the swing key, set and turn. Try and find a swing key for yourself. When you're on the range hitting a few shots, when you're going through your routine and you're getting warmed up to play, try and see if there's something that can work for you. I like the simple keys where you relate a word together. So set and turn works for me. I was just hinging the wrist, turning my body. I think it's a good idea to try and find your own swing key, but by all means try set and turn.